Hello and welcome to Cloud Show Yoga on YouTube. My name is Erin and I will be your guide for practice today. Just a reminder, as always, that everything I offer is just that, an offering. Please do what feels good in your body. And if anything is ever painful, please back off and modify. That being said, we'll dive right in today and we're actually going to start in a pigeon pose. So if the more traditional doesn't feel good in your body, you can take it on your back, but I will offer for us today this kind of more traditional reclined pigeon. So if you feel good in that posture, let's meet there. And right away, start to drop into the breath. Feeling the forehead connect with the mat, hopefully with the mat, if not with something, maybe you can get a blanket or have some blocks to prop under so you have some surface to rest your head on. Maybe a gentle rock side to side of the forehead, massaging the third eye. Beginning to bring awareness into the body, into this space, in this moment. Taking maybe the first conscious deep breaths you've taken today, watching the breath come in, maybe pausing on full and watching the breath as it leaves the body, maybe pausing on empty. We're getting into the hips today in part because it's a body part that's challenging for me, so sometimes I avoid it. But it also seems fitting in that, at least for me, it feels like another season of great change, of unstable waters, of things shifting, and the hips are associated with the water element. As I continue to talk, if you'd like to push gently into your right arm, that is if you have your right leg forward bent in pigeon, you can bring the left underneath a little, thread the needle and find the twist here in the pigeon. So tapping into the idea of the watery hips and perhaps the tension that we might hold there, the resistance to change and just riding whatever the waves of the current water may be. We'll take a deep dive right into them and see if we can uncover things about ourselves, maybe, or perhaps just find, even in the watery instability, some sense of grounding, forward momentum, and intentional movement. If you've taken the twist, push into the right palm to untwist. Push into both hands. You can either come to tabletop to switch, or maybe you take a brief down dog to switch sides. Maybe it's a quick pedal through the feet, not lingering too long and setting up on the second side. Left knee bends forward, any amount, setting up a version of pigeon that feels somewhat restorative to start your practice. Folding down when you're ready. There's a quote I saw this week that I'll share with you. It's the only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. So we're going to plunge in, we're going to dive in, whether you do feel a lot of shift and change in your life or not. Hopefully you can find something in this hip flow to bring you a little closer to yourself. Connecting with the breath on this side, maybe letting the head rock and roll again, gently massaging the third eye. Perhaps feeling the belly pressing against the lower leg as the breath gently comes in and goes out. If you took the twist on the first side, maybe extending the left fingertips to slightly lift up and letting the right arm go under, threading the needle. Already finding here maybe some resistance in the body to letting go See what you can soften. Maybe begin to cultivate for yourself some sort of mantra or intention to take through this flow. Be having to do with water, something as cliche as ride the wave or go with the flow, or just something that speaks to you about water, the hips, momentum, change. See if you can land on something. Repeat it to yourself a few times. When you're ready, pushing into left fingertips to unthread the right arm. And then pushing both hands into the mat will lift up into a downward facing dog, passing through table if you'd like on the way. Otherwise, arriving in your down dog, maybe pedaling through the feet a little bit, maybe shaking the head a little side to side. And then finding stillness, rooting into the thumb and index finger, letting the armpits hollow towards the mat, belly, ribs draw in and up, tailbone draws high while the heels drop into the mat. Beginning to cultivate your ujjayi wave-like breath if you practice that. And we'll begin with moving the body like a wave on your inhale, rippling forward through the spine, coming into a plank pose. And exhale, bending through the knees, reversing that hips go high first, then rolling through the spine, returning to down dog. A couple more of those. Inhale, ride the wave forward, plank pose. And exhale, bend, return to down dog. This time, inhale, ripple forward, and we exhale, knees, chest, and chin to the mat. Inhale, flatten feet, push into palms, Bhujangasana, baby cobra. And exhale, pushing into palms, passing through table, tucking toes back to downward facing dog. One inhale here. Exhale deep. Look forward. If you're ready to hop, go ahead. I suggest just taking a walk to the front of the mat. And right away, we'll take the left foot and cross it behind the right so the pinky toes come into a line. Walking your fingertips over to the right side, letting the head drop down any amount, finding a stretch on the outer left leg. Inhale, fingertips back to center. And exhale, you can pick which foot you'd like to swing all the way around to switch the crossing. So you should have your right foot behind your left, and inhale the fingertips over to the left side. Exhale, folding in any amount, finding that deep stretch in the outer right leg. Maybe with tented fingertips, you feel the stretch coming all the way up through the arm as well. Inhale, fingertips back to center. Exhale, uncross the feet back to normal stand at the front of the mat, forward fold. Put a generous bend in the knees and slowly rolling up the spine. Finding weight in the feet for the first time here, coming to stand in Tadasana. Shoulders roll up, back, and down, spine stacks. Maybe a brief little rock forward and back to find the four corners of the feet. Palms press at heart center, maybe closing the eyes for a moment to seal in whatever that intention is for you, that mantra perhaps to move with. And when you feel ready, we'll inhale, arms overhead, interlace all but the index finger. Inhaling straight up and exhale, little side bend to the right, just for a breath. Inhale back through center, switch the interlace of the fingers, exhale over to the left. Inhale, center, perhaps baby back bend. And exhale, release the hands, swan dive forward over the legs. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, step right foot back to lunge, left foot meets it, and lower knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, push into palms, passing through table to downward facing dog. Couple breaths here, maybe stillness, maybe movement if you'd like. On your next exhale, bending the knees, looking forward. On empty, stepping the right foot into low lunge, exhaling still, stepping the left to meet it, forward fold. Inhale, soul, reverse swan dive, arms all the way up overhead, and exhale, palms come to heart center. Second round, inhale, palms up. Interlace the fingers. This time, exhale, let's bend to the left first. Inhale up center, switch the interlace. Exhale, right. Inhale, center, maybe slight back bend. Exhale, release the grip, swan dive over the legs. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, left foot steps, right foot steps, knees, chest, and chin come to the mat. Inhale, forward and up, baby cobra. Exhale, pushing into palms, through table, downward facing dog. Knowing that at any time as we continue and have these flows that you can stick with the knees, chest, chin, baby cobra, you can move towards chaturanga as we will do. You can level up and add push-ups if you'd like. Do whatever serves you. On your exhale, on empty, look forward, left foot steps, right foot meets it, forward fold. Inhale, arm sweep, reverse swan dive. Exhale, palms to heart center. One more round, inhale, arms up. Exhale, side bend to the right, maybe coming down a little deeper. Inhale, center. Switch the interlace, exhale, left. Inhale, center, maybe baby back bend. And exhale, release the grip, long spine swan dive. Inhale, forward, long spine. Exhale this time, jumping back chaturanga or stepping if you're not quite ready to jump. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let the heels drop to the right back corner of the mat, pushing or maybe tenting the left fingers, finding another little side body stretch here, really letting the hips wag to the right. Then switching that to the other side, heels drop to the left back corner, maybe tenting right fingers, really wagging the hips to the left. Recentering the hips, downward facing dog. On empty, look forward, jump, walk, hop, slide to the front. Inhale, long spine, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, palms come to heart center. Moving on, bend knees, hinge hips, arms sweep down and up, chair pose. Exhale, palms plant, hips lift, forward fold. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On empty, left heel drops, right foot steps, warrior one. Ride the long exhale all the way through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. On empty, right heel drops, left foot steps, arm sweep. Warrior one. Exhale, long breath, flow through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. You'll hold here a couple breaths. If you lost the breath, find it again. At the bottom of your exhale, look forward, bend knees, jump, hop, fly to the front. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, folding in deep. Inhale, sweep arms, chair pose. And exhale, come to stand, Tadasana. One more round, sun B. Inhale, sweeping arms, chair pose. Exhale, palms plant, hips lift, forward fold. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, plant palms, jump, chaturanga. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. On empty, left heel plants, right foot steps, arm sweep, warrior one. Exhale, palms plant, chaturanga, elongating the breath. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. On empty, right foot plants, left foot steps, arm sweep. Exhale, palms plant, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. And we hold for a few breaths. Sun bees, lovely for elongating the breath with those extended movements. Finding that element of the dance with the breath, with the movement. And carrying that into our next sequence. On empty, look forward, bend knees, hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend knees, arms sweep, chair pose. Exhale, come to stand, Tadasana. Right away, bend knees, sweep arms, chair pose. And we'll hold. So now that we'll stay refining the pose, maybe taking the gaze down for a moment, making sure you can see the toes and wiggle the toes if there's not too much weight in them. Knitting the ribs in so they're not flaring out. Letting the shoulders drop down in the sockets. Reaching the arms long. One more breath, sit deeper, reach longer. Exhale, palms plant, forward fold. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, plant palms and flow. Downward facing dog. This time, inhale, right leg up and back, down dog split. We'll keep the hips square this first round. Really opening up into the back of the left standing leg, letting the heel drop. Keeping equal weight in left and right palms. One more inhale. Exhale, bending that knee, bringing it through to the front of the mat, planting the back edge of the left foot, warrior one stance, and we'll inhale up to warrior one. Exhale to settle. We'll hold a few breaths this round. So refining the pose, finding the blade edge of the left foot, grounding down into the mat. Hips reaching towards squaring at the front. One more inhale, maybe slight back bend. And exhale, arms drip behind the back. We'll find the interlace I'd suggest the right thumb on top. Inhale, fist drips down, chest lifts. And exhale, humbling the warrior. The torso comes inside the front right leg. Fist drips overhead. My favorite trick to remember which interlace, because we want to alternate, of course, right, is not to think of, a lot of teachers like to say, oh, your awkward side or your good side. I always, if it's a warrior stance, I always just match the thumb on top that is the leg that's in front. So we're on the right side, I put the right thumb on top. Just a little quirk in the way my brain works with yoga things. Maybe you want to try that on. All right, let's get out of here. Inhale, fist drips down, torso lifts, chest lift. Exhale, torso comes upright. Inhale, arms windmill. We'll find warrior two, feet shift. It's our first time seeing this posture, so taking a minute to do all the checklist, refining the pose, rooting the feet, reaching the arms, turning the chest, the torso to face the side. Flip the front palm. We'll take just one breath, so really elongate the breath to reach reverse up and back. And then exhale, we'll find our side angle, stopping where it works for you for this first round, either with the elbow on the knee, or maybe the palm comes down to the inside of the front foot. Maybe left arm reaches to the sky, maybe it comes over the ear. Last inhale, finding space. On your exhale, sweeping left arm forward and down, straightening right leg and landing in our triangle pose. Maybe you want to heel toe the back foot in a step. Maybe you bring in a block to put under your hand. Pushing into the back edge of the left foot, finding that nice stretch across the left hip bone. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, gaze comes down, left hand comes down. We flow through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Second side right away. Inhale, left foot up and back down, dog split. Keeping hips square this round. Maybe you can take your eyeballs to your back toes and see that they're actually facing down instead of sideways. The tendency is to want to turn out at the hip to get the leg to go higher. One more breath. Exhale, bending at the knee, bringing that leg through, stepping left foot, planting right foot, sweeping up, warrior one. Exhale to settle. Maybe you take a few little beats to wiggle the hips around, trying to find space, find more squareness there. Right, these watery hips that we have aren't the most like rigid. Here we are, we're in the pose perfectly. Move around, let them gooey a bit to find it. Inhale, maybe a slight back bend. And exhale, let the fist drip down behind, left thumb on top. Inhale, fist drops, chest lifts. Exhale, folding forward, torso inside the left leg. Humble warrior. Keeping weight on all four corners of the back foot, but checking that you're not gripping the toes. I just caught all my little toes, holding harder than they need to onto the mat. Also taking your eyes to your quad and making sure that it's engaged. One more inhale. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, back up. Chest lifts, fist drops. Exhale, torso comes upright. Inhale, windmill the right arm around, shifting the feet, finding warrior two. First time in warrior two on this side, taking the moment you need to set it up. One more breath, sit a little deeper. flipping front palm. Inhale, long breath up and back, reverse. And exhale, tipping into our side angle. Maybe finding that this side wants to be in a slightly different spot than the first side. We are not entirely symmetrical beings. Rooting into that back foot, keeping the muscles of the leg engaged. One last inhale, find space. On your exhale, right arm windmills forward. As left leg straightens, we arrive in triangle pose. One more inhale to reach in all directions. Exhale, gaze down, right arm follows. We flow, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Hips on the back, downward facing dog. Taking one breath here. Exhale, let it go. On empty, look forward, bend knees, fly to the front. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, fold in deep. Inhale, bend knees, arms sweep, chair pose. And exhale, coming to stand, Tadasana. Next round, moving on, adding on, hinge at the hips, sweep the arms, bend the knees, chair pose. And right away, exhale, bring the prayer to your heart, and we'll twist to the right, bringing the left upper arm to the inside or the outside of the right leg. Right away here, checking in, maybe even turning your head. The left knee is going to want to pull in front of the right, pulling the left knee back so it's in line. Using the press of the palms to find more twist, find more length. Tail reaches back, head reaches forward. One last inhale. Exhale, deepen. Staying low in the seat. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, we twist to the left. Taking that moment to set it up, checking that your knees have stayed in one line. Can the left shoulder blade drop down the back? Can the hips soften a little lower? One more inhale for length. Exhale, deepen the twist. Feeling that fire. Inhale, stay low in the seat. One last breath at center. Exhale, plant palms, hips lift forward, fold. Inhale, long spine, half lift. Exhale, plant palms, jump, step back, go through your flow. We meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot up and back, down dog split, just for a breath. Exhale, bending at the knee, stepping the foot through, dropping the outer edge of the left foot, arms sweep, warrior one, settle. Now round two, can you leave off where you were for round one? Maybe find a deeper expression of this posture. Maybe that's a longer stance, more of a bend in the front knee. One more inhale, reaching, maybe slight back bend. Exhale, the arms come behind the back, interlacing. Right thumb on top. Inhale, fist strips, chest lifts. Exhale, humble the warrior. Depending on the openness of your hips, maybe your head is on the mat. Or maybe someday your head will be on the mat. Either way, hugging that front right knee towards the body, not letting it wing out to the side. Inhale, torso comes up, fist drips. And exhale, keeping the bind, bringing the torso back over the front thigh. Lift the left heel. Find a little spring. We're launching forward into warrior three with the bind. I like to use my fist here, let it lower onto my hips to see if they're square, and then you might lift the fist up and away. Finding this first balance posture. One more inhale for length. Exhale, we return gently to warrior one. Inhale, the chest lifts. Exhale, torso center. Inhale, left arm opens, warrior two. Again, second round, taking off where we left the first, finding maybe a deeper expression. Flipping front palm, one long inhale, up and back, reverse. And exhale, find your version this round of side angle. I will offer to bring the left arm up and over the ear, finding one long line from fingertip all the way to the back left foot. Using the connection of the right arm with the knee to find more opening, letting the torso, the heart spin towards the sky. On your exhale, left arm swings down, straighten front right leg, finding triangle pose. Again, here this round, maybe that left arm comes up and over the ear. Maybe for a breath or two, you get light on that right arm and it might lift up as well. You lifted the right, let it come back down. One more inhale. Exhale, looking down, left arm plants, and we flow. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back, down dog split. Exhale, bending with the knee, bringing the foot through. Back foot stamps down. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale to settle. Inhale, maybe slight back bend. Exhale, arms circle behind the back. Left thumb on top. Inhale, fist drips, chest lifts. Exhale, folding inside, humble warrior. Can you use the energetic intention of the arms drawing up and over to help find more length through the back body? Hugging the left knee into the body. Inhale, torso comes up, fist drips, chest lifts. Exhale, torso comes over front thigh, lifting the right heel. Get light, get buoyant, and launch into warrior three. Maybe using the arms to see if the hips are square, lifting them up and away. If the bind isn't serving you at any point, feel free to release the hands. One more inhale for length. Exhale, gently and slowly returning to warrior one. Inhale, chest lifts, fist drips. Exhale, torso comes upright. Inhale, right arm swings. We open to warrior two. Settling in perhaps deeper. Maybe there's more of a bend in the front leg. Maybe there's more reach through the arms. Flip front left palm, one long inhale to reverse. Keeping the left knee reaching forward. And exhale, finding your side angle. Maybe that right arm comes up and over the ear. Making sure right shoulder blade is still plugging down the back, even though right arm is reaching forward with great intention. One more inhale, finding length. Exhale, right arm sweeps, left leg straightens, triangle pose. Keeping energy in the front left big toe. Should light up the line, the inner line on the front leg. Maybe that right arm comes over the ear. One more inhale. Exhale, gaze down, right hand drops, and we flow. Downward facing dog. One long cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale, let something go. Riding that wave, look forward, hop, fly to the front. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, folding deep. Inhale, hips drop, arms lift, chair pose. And exhale, come to stand, palms at heart center. Maybe taking one more breath here to reconnect with that intention. And one more round of play. Try some new postures. We'll bend at the hips. Inhale, arms sweep, chair pose. And exhale, we find the twist again to the right. Getting the upper right, left arm as best you can on the outside of the right knee. Maybe you can fly away the arms, left fingertips down, right towards the sky. Hopefully that allows you to have the hips drip a little bit closer to the mat. From here, you can stay in the flyaway, or if you'd like to play with side crow, you come to tiptoes, right hand plants, and bring the body onto the shelf of the left arm, maybe extending the legs. This is just optional. If you're in the side crow, we're not going to stay very long. If you're in the chair, fear not, we're coming back. Side crow flyers. Find yourself again in the chair twist. Everybody, one last inhale. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, staying low in the seat, arms sweep, chair pose. Exhale, second side, twisting to the left. Getting that upper right arm on the outside of the leg as best you can. Maybe taking the flyaway. A few breaths here before going into the arm balance if you took it on the first side. And if you'd like to play, bringing the left hand to the mat, climbing onto that right arm, trusting the tip forward, maybe extending the legs. If you're in the arm balance, returning to the twisted chair. If you're in the twisted chair, it's almost over. One more breath. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, arms sweep center. One last time, chair pose. Exhale, palms plant, hips lift, forward fold. Inhale, long spine in either flow, or take a few breaths in a crow pose, and we'll all meet in down dog. So take your time if you're coming into the crow. Hold for maybe 2 or 3 breaths. If you've done your flow right away, waiting in down dog, or maybe taking a couple breaths in child's pose. Either way, staying connected to the breath. If you're in crow, maybe you can shoot back, chaturanga, up dog, and downward facing dog. We all meet there. One inhale. One exhale. Inhale, right leg up and back. This time let the hip open, down dog split. One more inhale here. Exhale, bring the knee through, and this time we'll keep the left foot lifted. We're gonna come up into a high lunge. Inhale up, and exhale, settle. Getting into the front of the hip a little, maybe putting a slight bend in the left knee, really letting the weight of the pelvis drip down towards the mat. Maybe extending back through that back leg. One more inhale here, maybe slight back bend. And exhale, bringing both hands to the inside of the front leg, heel toeing the right foot towards the right. We'll come down into our lizard pose. Maybe you stay on palms, maybe you come to forearms, maybe there are blocks under forearms. Either way, staying active if you can through that back leg, toes are tucked. Length through the spine, right knee hugging in towards the body. From here, everyone can let the left knee drip to the mat. Maybe staying on elbows, or maybe like me, you need to come to the palm first. We'll take the quad stretch. So right arm reaches up and back for left foot. You have the foot in the hand, kick the foot into the hand slightly, and maybe you want to return to your front left elbow if you came up, or maybe you just stayed down. You can play with coming to the blade edge of the front right foot. Again, exploring just kind of the watery quality of the hips here, maybe moving them around a little bit, not feeling like you have to be super static in this pose. One more inhale. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, release the foot if you have it. Arms are inside the foot still, tucking the left toes, lifting the left knee. We'll play in this lunge just for another moment, tucking the right shoulder behind the right leg a little bit. We'll bring the right arm through and the left arm extends as well. So we're in a flying airplane, perhaps staying here, or else you might bend the arms, finding the bind behind the back, really pushing the front right shoulder into the calf, reaching the chest forward and long, hovering here above the earth. One more breath. Exhale, release that. Bring the palms down, heel toe the foot back to center, and we inhale up to a normal high lunge. Exhale, open, warrior two. Feeling perhaps a little heat in that front right leg. Letting the weight be shared by the back foot. Inhale, flip front palm, reach long up and back, reverse. And exhale, tipping forward, side angle. I'll offer for this round to take the half or the full bind. Again, binds only are worthwhile if they serve you, if they help you to deepen the posture. If they bring you all wackadoo out of alignment, then I suggest you move back a step and be in a space where you can grow and be in your body in a good way. Wherever you are, using your shape to find space. One more inhale, feeling the burn in that right leg. Exhale, gaze drops, palms drop, and we flow, let that side go. Inhale up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, left leg lifts. Inhale, down dog split. Opening the hip and exhale, stay. We'll take one more inhale here. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, length. Exhale, bending the knee, bringing it through, stepping the foot, keeping the right foot lifted. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, settle. If you found it helpful the first time around, maybe taking that bend in the back right leg, really letting the weight of the pelvis drip down. Maybe inhaling the back leg straight again. Inhale, slight back bend. And exhale, both palms to the inside of the front right leg. Heel toe the right foot out. Finding lizard, maybe staying on palms, maybe coming to elbows. For this first bit, keeping the back toes tucked, keeping a more engaged lizard. Left knee hugging towards left shoulder. Equal weight in both forearms. Right quad reaching up away from the mat. One more breath. Exhale, bend the knee. Gently let it touch down. Staying on elbows or coming to palms, finding the quad stretch. So left arm circles, finds the right foot. Letting the foot fall into the hand. Maybe coming back down onto the elbow. Maybe playing with falling to the blade edge of the left foot. Again, not feeling like you have to be stuck here. Exploring the water element in our hips. Connecting with your mantra, your intention. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Both hands are still inside. We come again to an engaged back leg, knee lifts. If you want to play, we tuck the left shoulder behind the left calf. Left arm reaches to the side, right arm reaches to the side. Airplane. Maybe bending and finding the bind behind the back, reaching the torso forward, feeling the compression of the arm into the calf. Hips square to the earth. One more inhale for length. Exhale, release palms, heel toe the foot back to the center, and we inhale, high lunge. Feeling the fire, exhale, open, warrior two. Settling here. Recruiting the strength of the back leg to help balance the front. Flip front palm, inhale up and back, reverse. And exhale, tip it forward, side angle. Maybe taking the half or the full bind if you took it on the first side, and maybe discovering that it doesn't feel as good on this side. Go to wherever is useful for you in your body. Using the connection, if you have the bind, to find more length, find more opening, find more twist of the heart to the sky. One more inhale. Oh, you know what I forgot on the first side, but we'll do it here. We're going to exhale up in a triangle, keeping the bind if you have it. If you have the bind, making sure to keep strength and integrity through the torso, reaching it long. Exhale, put the bend back in the front knee. Inhale, release the bind, fly away the arms. And exhale, both arms come to the mat and we flow. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, we got to make up that bound triangle real quick. So step your right foot forward to the front of your mat. Let the left hip drop. We'll come into side angle right away. Finding the bind if you took it. A breath to set it up well. And then with the bind or not, we'll inhale up into the bound triangle. Couldn't skip it on this side. And get it on a more rested right leg. One more inhale. Exhale deep. Inhale, bend the front knee again. Exhale, fly away the arms. Inhale, spinning chest towards the mat, and exhale, flow. Bonus flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On empty, look forward, hop, walk, fly to the front of the mat. Inhale, long spine, half lift. Exhale, fold in deep. And we're going to stay here. The offering today is to step on the hands, cupping the heels from behind. So the pinkies will kiss. Use the forearms wrapping around the back of the calves, starting with a big bend in the knees, letting the face drip towards the shins, hopefully making a connection there. And then pushing into the feet, using the strength of the biceps, straightening the legs any amount. Using the connection of the forehead to the shins. Pulling with the arms, but keeping the shoulders down the back. Lots of compression at the belly, little sips of air. Inhale, looking forward slightly, releasing the hands, and exhale into a normal forward fold. Either slowly rolling up the spine or reverse swan dive, whichever feels good for you. And exhale, palms come to heart center. Do a little balance sequence and really get into the hips. If you're extra sweaty, you might need a little hand towel. Grab that, pause that, grab that if you need it. Otherwise, we'll see how we do without. We'll start by standing in your left leg. We'll take the outside of the right foot and bring that up towards the hip bone into a lotus tree. You can bring the right hand to the heart center, and maybe both hands. If I let go of my left foot, my foot's going to slide off my leg, so I'm going to keep holding it. But maybe you can bring both hands to heart center. Either way, grounding in here, letting the knee drip towards the earth, pelvis pushing slightly forward as the knee draws back. From here, we let the foot slip down towards the top of the knee, making the figure four shape, and we'll sit down into our figure four chair, first with prayer hands. I'm going to go for the arm balance here. So stopping anywhere along the way that serves you. I'm going to turn to the front of my mat again. So hinging forward more, you'll bring your upper arms to the shin. The left arm is right at the ankle crease. Palms come and find the mat. Leaning the weight forward into the arms, really hooking that left foot on the upper arm, tipping forward, maybe those left toes can lift. Really hugging the center, maybe that left leg can also fly away. Not forgetting to breathe. If you have the arm balance, returning the knee first, walking back towards the chair, palms to heart center. Inhale, stand up. Let's bring that right knee with us into the chest. Give it a good hug. And set it down, let that side go. Second side, we'll stand into the right foot. Left blade edge comes up towards the hip bone. Letting that left knee drip, maybe one hand, maybe two to heart center. Refinding the breath. Rooting into the foot so the crown can reach towards the sky. Left knee drips down, pelvis forward. Good, you know where we're going. Remember, we're not symmetrical, so don't assume that maybe it went well or didn't go well, and that means that's going to happen on this side. So with an open mind, let's see where we go. The left foot slides down towards the figure four shape, and we sit in our figure four chair first, palms at heart center. A few breaths to open the hip. Folding forward deeper, upper arm bones come to the shin. Right arm very close to the crease in the left foot. Tipping forward, planting palms, hips lift, foot really hooks onto the upper arm, and maybe the right toes can get buoyant. Really hugging the center. Maybe you can lift the right knee off the arm. Maybe you fall like I just did, and that's part of the game. If you're flying away, bring your legs back in. Step the foot to the earth. Find yourself in the chair pose. Maybe giggling, because it should be fun after all. Inhale, left knee to chest, squeeze it in. Exhale, step it down. Deep inhale. Exhale, let something go. We play with one more variation. I'll try facing you, see how that goes. Taking the right foot, crossing it over, figure four. And here's where my tight hips make demonstrating this tricky. Usually I can find it. We'll see how I do today. We're going to twist to the right and hopefully hook your upper right arm to the bottom of your foot. And this is where you might want a towel if you're sweaty and slippery. You can put a towel on the bottom of your foot. Upper right arm bone to foot, prayer hands. Find the twist first. Good. From here, a little game of trust with the foot on the upper arm. Palms come to the earth, tipping forward. You're going to stand on that arm and maybe get light in the left toes. Kick the foot to the side, finding grasshopper. Returning from grasshopper if you can to the side twist. And back to center to chair sit, and inhale, right knee up, hug it into the chest, let that side go, wiggle, walk it out. I've got one more side. Let's see how it goes. Inhale, standing in the right leg, left knee lifts, figure four, sitting into the chair. Get your leg in a spot where you think it's going to stay. I usually have to help mine. Inhaling a long spine and exhale, finding the twist. Hopefully, seeing if that left upper arm can find the sole of the foot. Prayering the hands if possible. A few breaths in the twist. Now we stay or we play. Maybe you tip down, hands find the mat. Standing on the upper arm. Maybe those right toes get light. Maybe you kick to the side, grasshopper. If you flew, returning from where you came, into the twist, into the center chair. Maybe wobbling, inhale, left knee to chest. And exhale, let it go. Walk it out. The end of the balance madness. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, we're going to step to plank and hold for a few breaths here. Breathing deep. Finding the hug towards the midline. From here, we're going to take 5 count to lower slowly to the mat. So inhale, rock the weight forward, and exhale, bending arms in nice and slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, hovering, 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 and 1 lower. Right away, find length through the lower body, zip up your tail. We'll take the clasp behind the back and inhale, reaching fist, reaching toes, reaching chest, coming into Shalabhasana. More about length than lift. If the bind isn't serving you, release it. Breathing deep. 1 more inhale, lifting higher because you can. And exhale, let it go. 1 ear comes to the mat just briefly. One more cleansing inhale. Exhale, let something go. Forehead returns to the mat. Interlace opposite thumb on top. Zip up your cobra tail and inhale, reaching long. Head away from toes. Shalabhasana. Maybe big toes are touching. Let the heels spin slightly away from each other. Finding space in the low back. Broadness through the collarbones, length through the back of the neck. 1 more inhale. Exhale, let it go. Opposite ear to the mat. Maybe the heels flop to the side. Maybe you tap the outsides of your own thighs to give your hips a little wiggle assist. Letting go. Forehead returns to center. We'll take just 1 round of bow. So if there's a variation you would like, take it right away. Just traditional bow is what I'll say for us today. So bending the knees, grabbing the feet from the outside at the ankles, bringing the big toes to touch. Inhale, kicking the feet into the hands, starting to lift up any amount. Toes lift, chest lifts, feet kick into hands, maybe so much that you rock back onto your upper thighs. Wherever you are, little sips of air. It's just one set. Reaching deep, stretching long, and exhale, let it go. Maybe one cheek to the mat again, wiggling the hips. We're not staying long, so switch to the other cheek if you'd like to even it out. Forehead towards center, bring the palms down. We'll push into the hands towards table, past table, cross the feet at the ankles, and we'll come all the way to our backs. Scooching the hips towards the middle of the mat. Now play with a bridge and wheel variation that incorporates still more of that hip stuff and our fun figure 4 shape. So right away, pushing into the feet, setting up for a bridge. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, maybe walking the shoulders further under the back, clasping the hands. We'll take a few breaths here first just to find our bridge. Knees reaching towards the front of the mat, chest reaching towards the chin. Invitation to play, heel to the feet, either to touch or closer together. Inhale the right knee up and exhale, straighten that leg, toes towards the sky. Using the strength of the left leg to keep the hips in the air. Exhale, bending that right knee, placing the foot for figure 4, still in bridge. Pushing into the left foot, lifting the hips higher. Inhale the right foot at the sky one more time. Exhale, right foot to the mat, 2 feet. Inhale, pushing, lifting hips higher, bridge pose. We're staying up. Exhale, settle. Feet closer together. Inhale, left knee bends in. Exhale, right leg towards the sky. Pushing into right foot. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, figure 4. Inhale, lift hips. Exhale. Using the strength of the arms, pushing into the mat to help you. Inhale. Final exhale. Inhale, lift the leg straight to the sky, left leg. Exhale to the mat, 2 feet, hallelujah. Inhale, one last lift, bridge pose. And exhale, let the spine roll back to the mat. Take a couple breaths here. Try not to hug the knees to the chest because we're not quite done back bending. Options, if you're cooked, take a restorative bridge or legs up the imaginary wall. If you have a block, you can take that bridge set as it was one more time, or if you'd like to come along, we're going to play with that same idea in a wheel pose. So if you're trying wheel, we'll bring the hands by the ears, pushing into palms and feet. Inhale up, wheel pose. Couple breaths to settle. Feet maybe slightly closer together. Inhale, right knee in. Exhale, right toes towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bending, finding the figure 4. I find a deep stretch in my right abdominals in this shape. Keeping a push in both hands, strongly in the left foot. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend that right knee in. Exhale, step the foot down 2 feet. Inhale. Exhale, wheel pose. If you want to come down and come back up, go ahead. Otherwise, left knee in. Exhale, left foot towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bend, find the figure 4. Almost there. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left knee in. Exhale, 2 feet down. One last. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower the back gently all the way to the mat. One inhale just to let the spine recalibrate, keeping the knees bent, feet on the mat. And exhale when your spine feels ready. You can hug the knees in towards the chest, moving with care. Maybe taking little circles to the left, to the right. These watery hips are also very strong, opening deep into those tight, strong tissues can bring up a lot of stuff. So can back bending. So, whatever feelings are rushing through you, acknowledge them. From here, we'll take rock and rolls. Take 5, take 10, take 12, take quite a few, massaging the back along the mat. Maybe putting a slight swing into the lower legs to help with momentum. This should feel good. It should feel like a massage, like a release. When you feel complete with your rocks, we're going to pause in a boat pose. Couldn't do a water class without a boat. Reaching the chest. Maybe legs are bent, maybe your legs are straight. Maybe your feet are touching. I actually feel better in boat with my legs about hips with distance. Either way, proud chest here. Inhale, palms touch at center. Exhale, we row our boat to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, row to the left. Nice and slow, carving the water. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Use resistance through the air. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Back to center, holding a boat a little longer. Maybe you straighten your legs, maybe not. Inhale, lift. Exhale, feet plant, wrapping the arms around the shins. Let the forehead drip down onto the knees. Breathing deep, letting that go. Without lifting out, just switch the crossing of the forearms so the other arm comes on top. Really doming through the back, finding a release. We'll visit our figure 4 friend one last time. Let the palms come behind the hips about a foot. Fingertips can face the back of the mat. We'll take the right foot and cross it up into that figure 4 shape, seated on our bum this time. Torso reaching towards leg, leg reaching away from torso. Keeping a flex in the right foot, keeping the leg engaged. One more inhale here. And to release, keep the cross of the top leg. Bring the left foot, to the right edge of the mat. We're coming to ankle to knee. So stacking our legs like Lincoln logs. And it is as it says, ankle, put your ankle literally on your knee. If your hips are tight like mine, you might find your right knee is quite high in space. It might feel nice to have a block or something underneath it. Sitting tall, maybe fingertips reach, spine is long. And hinge forward any amount. Maybe that's 2 inches, or maybe your forehead is on your mat in front of your shins. Wherever you are, trying to release. Bringing that mantra perhaps directly into your hips with your mind's eye, seeing if that can help you let go and soften. From the forward fold, lifting up slightly, walking the fingertips to the left, we'll find that twist here on our bums. So the right elbow or upper arm is aiming for the sole of the foot. And if you can, I can't really reach it, palms can press. Finding the twist here. Maybe your elbow is all the way on your mat and your upper right arm is at the sole of your foot. My hips aren't quite open enough for that. Wherever you're at, finding a twist. Maybe it's fingertips down, and that's great. And that can help you find a twist and a softness in the hips. One more inhale in the twist. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, one more walk back towards the center just to square things off, folding in deep. Inhale, upright, tall spine. And to exit, let's take the right foot in our hand and we're going to kick the leg long, making a little basket at the sole of the foot if you can, or holding the leg wherever works for you. Kicking through that heel, really find the flex in the foot, the stretch through the calf. Long, proud chest. Maybe you're bending the arms so the shin comes closer to the face. Keeping energy through the bottom left leg. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Let's bring both feet to stamp at the outsides of the mat and just take a little windshield left and right, switching sides. So whatever happened on that side, let it go. Might be different on this side. Setting up second side, fingertips face the back of the mat, left foot this time swings up and over, figure four. Keeping a flex in the left foot, pressing the knee away, lifting through the chest. One more inhale. Exhale, soften. From here, releasing the right foot towards the left side, finding that ankle to knee on the second side. It's left ankle stacked on top of right knee. Maybe for me, it helps if I push my fingertips in and I kind of lift my pelvis to square the flesh in my bum a little bit. Wherever you land, first starting sitting tall with a long spine. And exhale, hinging forward any amount. Again, finding support under that knee if it's quite high in space. Or maybe it just feels nice to compact. I like to use my arms. I push my right forearm into the sole of my right foot and my left arm hugs into my right knee, just to give that leg that's in space an idea that it's has somewhere to land. Softening down. One more inhale. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, lifting up slightly, and we find the twist. So we walk the fingertips to the right side. Maybe you take that upper left arm to the sole of the right foot. This side, I don't really get close enough to even demo for you, but maybe you can pair the hands. Maybe that elbow is all the way down on the mat and the upper left arm is securely in the sole of the foot. Or maybe it's just fingertips to the side, long spine. Equal weight in the left and right hip on the mat. So you probably need to bring more weight to the left side. Sitting with whatever is stirring up and churning around. Murky waters in these hips. Diving in and moving through. Inhale, releasing the twist, walking back to center. One more inhale here for length. Exhale, folding in deep. If your brain's anything like mine, it's saying, okay, let's get out now. Here we go. Inhale, torso lifts. Picking up that left foot with the hands. We'll extend the leg long. Hopefully that feels good. Moving gently. Adjusting that bottom right leg if you'd like. Kicking the foot into the hands. Or maybe you're holding the calf, holding wherever in the leg works for you. Reaching through the heel, finding the calf stretch. Long spine. Maybe arms bend and the shin comes a little closer to the face. One more inhale. Exhale, let that foot go. We'll bring the feet again wide to the edges and take that windshield wiper motion one more time. Cleansing away. Deep hip stretch. From here, making sure your bum is more towards the center of your mat. We're going to rock right away into our halasana and shoulder stand. So making sure you don't have anything you're going to kick. Coming to your back, feet swing up and overhead. Fingers interlace, walking the shoulders further under the back. Maybe then the palms can come to find support and deepen into the lower back, lifting one leg, then the other, finding shoulder stand. Letting this opposite relationship to gravity help to bring those lovely restorative fluids towards the hips where we did all that work. Energy through the legs, reaching towards the sky. Hips forward, toes back. Couple more breaths here. On your exhale, you can slowly let the feet drip back over the head, taking a moment in plow pose. Maybe it feels good to let your knees drip by your ears. Maybe not. If the fingers are interlaced, release them using the arms as brakes. Slowly and gently reverse curl the hips down to the mat. Keeping length and engagement through the legs, they continue the journey down towards the front of the mat. And we'll come into the counter pose. So maybe walking the hands slightly under the bum into fish, pushing into the forearms to lift the torso, and then letting the head drip back. Crown of the head gently rests on the mat. Energy through the legs. Lift through the chest, opening through the throat. One more inhale. Exhale to come out, tuck chin to chest. Gently lower the spine down. Release the hands. We'll step the feet to the mat, and when you're fine, you're fine. Your spine feels ready. Bring the knees towards the chest, and then bring the soles of the feet towards the sky, coming into happy baby. Rocking gently side to side. Maybe extending one leg, extending the other. We'll have here next time for a headstand or other inversion practice, whatever is calling you. Or if you're done, you're more than welcome to take Shavasana now. The offering for Shavasana today will be a Supta Baddha Konasana, the reclining butterfly shape. But if you'd like one more inversion, if it's headstand, we'll rock and roll up to sit and come over the legs. Set yourself up with care. No hopping into headstand. Either lifting up with straight legs or tucking the knees in towards the chest. When you're ready, extending the toes towards the sky. Maybe you have your legs up a real or imaginary wall. Maybe you're at a wall practicing your handstands. Maybe you're in a forearm stand. Maybe you're in Shavasana. Wherever you're at, breathing deep. Centering the watery hips, wherever they are, floating in space above you in this inversion. Even in the unsteadiness, finding some sense of grounding in space. If you're upside down, we'll stay a few more breaths. See if there's anything else you can soften. Maybe it's your face, maybe it's a grip in your feet. If you're inverted, take your time moving slowly as if underwater, coming back down. If you are in headstand, we'll take child's pose as the counter, maybe with hands back by the feet. If your legs are up the wall, you can stay there for Shavasana as well, or else bringing them down. Any other inversion, we all meet in child's pose briefly. And when you feel ready, we'll transition to our Shavasana. Again, offering is Supta Baddha Konasana, but take whatever feels good for you. You're taking the butterfly pose, soles of the feet come together, knees swap out wide. Maybe you place a hand on the belly, a hand on the heart. Maybe the arms are in goalposts or wide to the side. Taking a minute to set up well. And then letting go. Trusting that I'm here to bring you out. Begin to deepen the breath. Maybe gentle wiggles in fingers and toes. If you are in the butterfly shape, gently pushing the feet towards the mat, heel toeing the feet wide towards the edges and letting the knees come knock towards each other for a few moments. And the head is gently swaying side to side. You feel ready, arms can reach up and overhead, toes can reach along. Nice, long, full body stretch. And then rolling to one side or the other, pausing in the fetal pose. When you feel ready, gently pushing into the top palm, coming up to sit in any way that feels comfortable, cross-legged or maybe on the shins. We're going to take a few rounds of Nadi Shodhana, which is alternate nostril breathing. It's to balance the two hemispheres of the brain and calms the central nervous system. So you can use either hand. Usually it's right hand. You'll take your two index and middle finger. Those will go on your third eye or tucked in towards your palm. We use the ring finger and the pinky to close the left nostril and the thumb to close the right. The pathway will go in the left, out the right, in the right, out the left. I'll count for us. We'll do a retention, and if the retention doesn't work for you, then I fully invite you to move the breath through the body at your own pace. So an inhale to prep and exhale together. We'll close the right nostril with the thumb. Inhale in the left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue one final round on your own. The round is complete when you exhale through the left. Maybe finding that you can match the pulse of the count to your heartbeat. No rush. When you finish, you can release the hand down onto the knee, just sitting for a few breaths, noticing the effect of what just a couple of minutes of breath work can do for the body, for the nervous system. To close, I'll share one last time. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Palms come to heart center. Heart lifts to hands, hands lift up towards the sky. Chin drips towards palms. We'll take one Om together to close. Inhale to Om. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for your practice today. It was my great honor to guide you. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon to know when I've posted my latest videos, and please leave any comments about what types of classes you'd like to see in the future. See you on the mat.